All right, let's move on to this now, but staying in the Eastern Cape. After 8 years of delays, legal battles and emotional testimonies, a judgment in the trial of televangelist Timothy Omotoso and his co-accused is expected on Wednesday. Omotoso, along with Lusanda, Sulani and Zukiswa, Sitho, they face 32 charges in total, including that of rape, sexual assault and human trafficking. The case has seen numerous twists and turns, from the recusal of a judge to several defense applications aimed at having the case dismissed. Now, the defense has also challenged the fairness of the trial at every turn, filing multiple appeals. Let's get more now ahead of that particular judgment tomorrow. Sipha Kema following this story for us. Sipha, good evening to you. So talk to us about where things are at the moment. And I know that you are not a clairvoyant, but where might things go tomorrow?
Well, Xoli, it has been a long time coming for this particular trial that you've rightfully said that it has had some bumps along the way. Really a bumpy 8 years. It all started in April 2017, where Omotoso was arrested at then Port Elizabeth International Airport just before he was brought in, and then he was brought in. And even then, Xoli, it took some time for that trial to kickstart. That was presided over by Judge Mandela Makaula at that time. But then, Xoli, the witness testifying as the trial had started to pick up, there was an issue that was flagged by the defense about Judge Makaula requesting for him to recuse himself from the matter because of issues of being biased that was raised when it was found that some of the witnesses were actually being accommodated at a guest house that his company owned, and that became an issue. But he declined to recuse himself and dismissed the application. But of course, as we know, Peter Doberman doesn't just leave things, Xoli, at that. He continued to file applications to other courts, higher courts, that finally granted him the recusal of Judge Makaula. But then in 2019, the case officially resumed. July 2019, we heard that Judge Makaula was then recusing himself from this matter. Now, Xoli, this meant that the victims would have to come back and relive their trauma, retell their story that they had been telling over the past few months in 2018, and this is in 2019. Now, we then in 2019 spoke to social justice activist Pamela Mabini, the late Pamela Mabini, who was tragically gunned down just last month, Xoli. She spoke on behalf of the victims through the entire trial, and this is what she had to say about the trial resuming in 2019.
With the fact that Cheryl is going to go back to the stand, it shows that she knows exactly that what happened. It's not something that she's not lying. She tells the story exactly what happened, and she's willing to get in there and tell exactly what happened, the pain that she went through.
Now, Xoli, while the concern over the victims having to relive their trauma, when we spoke to the Jesus Dominion International Church leadership, they were ecstatic that finally Judge Makaula was able to recuse themselves, calling it a justice and fair trial.
The mood is so ecstatic. We are rejoicing. We know we came here for constitutional justice, because what happened about the man that recused himself, Judge Makaula, as you can see, he said he recused himself for the interest of justice. That means he was not practicing justice all this while.
Sipha Kema, thank you very much. And I think the entire Port Elizabeth community, including that of the country as well, we're going to be looking closely as to what the verdict is tomorrow. Such an important case. Thank you very much for the time being, Sipha Kema, there live to us from Port Elizabeth.